Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel about all things nail polish. I've had this channel for a few weeks now and I thought that now might be a good time for me to do a little Q&A video so that you all can get to know more about me, who I am, what my nail polish journey has been like, and so on. I always love watching these types of videos for other nail polish content creators because I feel like it helps to get to know more about who they are and what they love most about nail polish and other things like that. So in preparation for this video, I have put together a list of, I believe, 10 questions that are very similar to what you would see in these typical getting to know you nail polish videos. So yeah, get cozy, get a nice warm beverage, and let's chat. Question number 1. How did I first become interested in nail polish? Okay, so to go on this journey here, I first got into nail polish when it was around July of 2024. And to go back a little bit beyond that, December of 2023 was when I first started getting my hair dyed red. And I, for about the first 6 months or so, I noticed that whenever I would wash my hair, like shampoo, conditioner, and all that stuff, it would leave my nails very stained. Like it just, I would go around looking like I just put my hands in blood or something. It was that stained. And so initially I got into nail wraps. If you're not familiar with those, they're like nail designs that you can put onto, well, your nails, almost like a sticker that covers your entire nail. And I did love the patterns on those, but I found that they would often get tangled in my hair, and it just wasn't a good option. So that's when I started looking into nail polish as a good alternate option. And you know, looking back on my childhood, I remember that my mom always had a bunch of nail polish on her dresser, and I remember there would be times when I would go and like I would never use her like multicolored nail polish that she had. Like she had a ton of reds, which I know I definitely inherited that love, but I would never use any of the colors on my nails. Whenever I would sneak into her nail polish collection, it was only for like the clear nail polish or like the clear nail hardener. I have no idea why I was doing that. I think I just like having my nails be a little bit more shiny than they were. But yeah, so in short, it is currently October 2025. I started doing my nails in July of 2024, and it was for the purpose of having something to cover up the red staining on my nails. That's all that I thought that I was going to get out of this hobby, but it turns out that it became so much more, and it became something that I've come to enjoy as a fun, creative art form. Question number 2, what is my number 1 favorite nail polish? For this one, it is no question. It is a polish by Jen & Barry's called Get In Loser, We're Going Shopping. And I'm gonna overlay like a close-up photo here so that you can see more clearly what this looks like. But it's a like magenta flaky polish with some just like orange to gold shifts in there. This was a limited edition exclusive polish from the 2024 Polish and Beauty Expo, which, okay, so I mentioned I got into doing my nails in July of 2024. At that point, I had only been doing my nails for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks when I heard about Polish and Beauty Expo and decided to get a ticket to attend because it takes place in the Chicago suburbs, like maybe 20-30 minutes from my house. So I figured, why not? So I go there, I'm looking around, I'm seeing the different polishes that are there, and this shade of purple magenta is just one of my favorite colors. And I'm very glad that I got a couple backups of this polish because this here, and let me see if I can hold it against the like wall here so that you can see the fill line. this is like, I have maybe like half or a third of this left. And so what I'm showing here is, you know, the backup. So once I get to a point where this is halfway done, I'm gonna put it in here. But yeah, so number one favorite polish for me, Jen & Barry's Get and Loser, We're Going Shopping. I should also mention it was from a Mean Girls theme. So I love that special connection to the name and the meaning of the polish. Question number 3, how many polishes do I own? Is the the initial answer. I know that many people like to take the time to do inventory through like a spreadsheet, through Lacquergram and like Airtable and so on. I don't do that. One of the next upcoming questions is like, how do I store my polish? So you'll see there. My estimate is that I have probably like 300 polishes in my collection, which for me feels like a good amount of variety. I've definitely started to slow down with the polishes that I bring into my collection, which if you've been watching my channel, you can see why, because I've started to have a more discerning eye when it comes to seeing what a new polish can potentially offer. And then I look and think, oh, I either already have an exact dupe for that, or I can recreate it myself, so I don't need to buy more. But yeah, about 300 is what I would say I have. And I think that feels like a good amount for me. I don't anticipate wanting to bring in a lot more. Now, I will say with Black Friday sales coming up, that may be a little bit tempting for me. Expect to have some videos from me coming out around that time to see what I can do and what, if it's helpful, I can also make a video to explain my thought process around preparing for a Black Friday sale, how I evaluate whether it's worth it or not for me to do shopping. But yeah, 300 polishes is about what I have right now. Question number 4, how do I store my polishes? And so to answer that question, I have these, I'm gonna hold it up in a second. I have these plastic storage containers that I got off of Amazon that store, each of these stores 24 on each side, so a total of 48 in one of these. So you've got like 24 on this side, flip it around, you've got another 24 on that side. And I know well, this is heavy, so I'm gonna put it down now. I also don't want that to like slip out of my hands or something. Okay. So I know that a lot of people have the question of when they're organizing their collection, do they prefer to organize their polishes by brand, by bottle shape, by color, by season, and so on? For me, I kind of went back and forth initially to think, oh, I want to store by brand, but I found that I personally get a lot more value out of storing my polishes by color. I don't really care about storing them by finish. I can take a quick look in there and see what I've got to compare. But when it comes to me looking at a new polish that's available for sale and I'm asking myself, do I want this polish or not? Do I already have something that's similar to it? It is so much easier for me to just look at my storage bins that I have arranged by color and see like, okay, I'm thinking of buying another purple polish. What kind of purple polishes do I already have? So I'm just gonna look over here and see, I've got a bin for like all the colors of the rainbow. I've got red, orange, pink. Yeah, I'm gonna stop listing these out because, but I've got them for different colors. And yeah, it's super helpful for me to have that as a way to store my polishes, to not take up a lot of space, and to also feel like I am somewhat organized with it, because I think the tricky thing for me that I'm trying to get better at is, like, especially when I'm getting ready to record one of my videos that involves me pulling out like, I don't know, like 10, 15 different polishes sometimes. the fun and easy part is taking them out, and then I'm just like, I don't feel like putting them back. So that I had to come up with a better process for that. But yeah, so far it's been a really effective and efficient way for me to store things. Question number 5. How do I choose which nail polish to wear? This is a fun question for me because, as you can probably tell, I'm someone who loves color. I also love color coordinating. There are some times when I will plan my outfit first, and then I will say, like, for example, today I'm wearing like this blue, white, orange dress here. So I will say, I know I want to wear this dress today. So I am going to pick the dress first. Then I go to my collection and pick out like which nails I'm going to wear together with that. I also love color coordinating with my glasses. I have these from Pair Eyewear, where it's got like these magnets on the back here. So I've got maybe like 15 of these glasses toppers. So depending on the color of the day, I can just easily mix and match and figure out which one best matches my outfit. The other thing that I like to coordinate is my Apple Watch band here. So like orange is going with this here. This is really just how I love showing up in the world. One of the best compliments that one of my coworkers ever gave me was he said, "Olivia is our team's fashion director." And I'm like, yes, I am. It's always fun when like everyone else on my team during a work meeting, they'll be wearing like black, whites, grays, neutrals, and I show up wearing like bright bursts of color. Don't get me wrong, it's like all professional still, but I'm just like very bright, very colorful. That's just me. That's how I am. And of course, I got the red hair to go with it as well, so it all ties in. So there are some times where I will pick the outfit first and then choose a nail polish. But then there are other times when I'll start by picking the nail polish first and then go into my closet and pick a corresponding outfit that would go well with it. Sometimes I will choose a nail polish based on the season. Like it's getting very dark and gloomy nowadays, so I might go for something that aligns with that, something that's darker and a little bit on that mysterious side. Other times I will say, yeah, it's sunny, so let's pull out a pop of color. And it's always fun to have some variety with this. I will also say that if there are times where I am feeling very indecisive and I just go back and forth and can't figure out which color I want to wear, what I will then do is wear like a dark vampy red as a palette cleanser. That like something I know I can put on and that I will be comfortable with it regardless of what I wear as an outfit. That is for times where I'm not as much concerned with the polish that I choose in terms of like color or finish, but I still do want to sit down and go through the routine of self-care of like removing the old nail polish, putting on the new ones, putting on cuticle oil and so on. So it's always fun. And the last thing I'll say about this is that whenever I travel for a work trip and if I'm meeting with my coworkers in person for like multiple days at a time, I will always travel with multiple bottles of nail polish that I have pre-selected to align with my outfits for each day. And I'm very intentional about ensuring that my color choices are very visibly different for each day. So for example, I think the most recent trip that I had where I was meeting with my team for several days, the first day I wore like it was blue. It was like not even like this where it's like blue, orange, white. It was like all blue, right? Then the second day it was all green, including the band, the nails, glasses, outfit. And then the third day was all red. And my coworkers were just like, how did you like redo your nails every single night? And I would explain that for me, it's what I do as self-care at the end of the day, especially after a long day of meetings and just getting into a nice cozy spot in my hotel room and pulling out my iPad, putting on some Netflix and doing my nails. So yeah, that is how I choose which color to wear. Question number 6. What is one nail polish trend that I love and what is one that I can't stand? Okay, for those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, it should come as no surprise that I love magnetic nail polishes. I know that not everyone likes them for a number of reasons, namely the time that can be required to work with magnetic nail polishes. But I think that might be part of the reason why I do like them, because there's something about the process of using magnetic nail polishes that requires me to like slow down even more than I already do when I'm doing my nails, and to just be more present, to be more intentional. It can almost become meditative in a way for me. And the bonus is that this period of calm meditation and stillness then leads to a really cool effect on my nails. So yeah, magnetic nail polish is the trend that I love. And as far as the trend that I can't stand, okay, this isn't like a trend in the sense of like types of nail polishes or finishes. I think I would say that within the nail polish community, I can't stand it when some people are being overly harsh and unwelcoming to others in the nail community. I think it's one thing to look at someone's photos of their nails and to know to yourself that, oh, okay, maybe they did XYZ on their nails and that's just not for me. Okay, that's fine. But sometimes when I see people post comments on others' photos where they're just like, oh, why would you use that shape of nail? Or why would you use that color? That's ugly or something. I think what works for one person may not work for someone else. And there are so many more kind and considerate ways to express those feelings without needing to put someone down when they are sharing something that they love. So I feel that, yeah, that is a trend that I don't like. This trend of some people being overly harsh when they are sharing their thoughts on other people's nails. Okay. Question number 7. How would I describe my nail polish style in 3 words? Okay, this one was actually a little bit difficult because I've got my 3 words and I feel that they almost might contradict one another, but hear me out. Okay, the first one is bold. The first one, I'll list them out first and then we'll explain. Okay, so the first one is bold, the second one is colorful, and the third one is dark. And I think that they could all work together. Here's why. So bold, for me, and you've probably seen this in my videos and the photos I've shared of my nails, I tend to love just bold statement colored nail polishes. I typically do not personally gravitate towards the more ethereal, light, sheer polishes. Every now and then I will buy one and I will think, yes, now this is going to be the one that makes me feel like a fairy. I'm going to like be light and whimsical and magical, but then I'm just like, this is not me. And then I go back to my bold colors. The next one I would say is colorful. And there are times where, like if I'm wearing an outfit like this, I'll do a skittle where every one of my fingers represents one of these or aligns with one of these different colors here. So I'm not afraid to mix and match colors. A recommendation that I have for any of you who are trying to like dip your toe more into the waters of experimenting with color, go to like a color palette generator. I can put a link in the description for one that I've used that works pretty well, and just generate some random color palettes and then match those color palettes to what you've got in your collection and give it a try, and just don't be afraid to take those risks and be colorful in the way you present yourself to the world. And the third one is dark. I love dark colors. I really, really do. Like, oh, just I know that spooky season brings out a lot of dark polishes, but y'all, I'm someone who, it can be a sunny day in April and I'm just like pulling out Essie Wicked and just loving life. You know, it is just for me, there's something about dark nail polishes that are so comforting to me. Like, I look at those and those are the kind of polishes that I wear, especially on times when I'm like needing to feel very confident. Like today, for example, this polish that I have on, Emily Damali, Lorquini, what is with these polishes? I can't pronounce. Emily Damali, we're gonna call it Lorquini. That's gonna be it. It's dark, but not like as dark as I sometimes could go. But I chose to wear a darker polish today because I had 5 work meetings and I wanted to feel like an extra boost of confidence going into those. And for me, whenever I wear darker nail polishes, I just feel like, can't nobody touch me. I'm just showing up as the best version of myself and ready to rock. So yeah, bold, colorful, and dark. Question number 8, and this is probably my most favorite one in this whole video. Which of my nail polishes can my husband recognize by name? So he has gotten really good at this. And okay, before I get into the answer, I will also say, I was supposed to go to the shopping day at this year's Polish and Beauty Expo back in like August, I think it was, but I had a last minute scheduling conflict that came up and I had to go out of town on that day. So he was an angel, and without me even needing to ask, he went in my place with my list that I created, and he did all my shopping and just felt so immersed in the nail polish community. He even picked up some backups for me of polishes that he knew that he recognized that I love. So that was very sweet of him. The first one being Atomic Polish Sour Apple Rings. He knows this one by name. It's about halfway full here. This is one he got me a backup for when he saw it at the Polish and Beauty Expo. It wasn't on my list, but then when I got home and he showed me the bag, he's like, oh yeah, I figured you're probably running low on this one, so I got you another. And it was just the sweetest thing. The next one that he sees me use a lot, and that, again, all these that I'm going to show are very, they've got some significant fill lines. Like if I hold this one over here, you can kind of see the fill. Yeah, like right there, you can really see the fill line on this one. This is Crack Polish Mascara Flakes, which is a black flake topper. I love this one to use whenever I just need a little extra pop of something. Like I don't necessarily need glitter, but I need more visual interest in my nails. So yeah, whenever we're going out or something and he sees my nails, he's like, oh yeah, the mascara flakes really add something nice on there. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, thank you. The next one is Mooncat House of Hades, iconic, also half full. He recognizes this one from a mile away. I think part of it for him is that he plays and loves the video game Hades. So knowing that the word Hades is in here, I think there was some kind of connection there for him where he's like, okay, video game Hades, that bright blue one, House of Hades, we got this. And the last one, which he also got some backups for at Polish and Beauty Expo, because I am very running low on this one, is Lurid Lacquer Blood Bag. Oh, I love this one. Okay, a number of reasons. Yeah, first of all, out of all the like dark vampy polishes that I have, dark vampy reds, he knows Blood Bag, and I love that about him. One reason being, it like matches my hair. Like if I just stuck this in my hair and just left it there, I won't because it'll drop, but if I did, like why am I like picking in my hair and now I messed up my hair. Okay, let me not do that. But it matches my hair exactly. I also love this one because of the excellent formula from Lurid Lacquer, and probably most importantly, It's a charity polishes that supports blood disorder awareness. I personally have experienced multiple blood clots over the years. I think the total I had was like 4. I'm on blood thinners for life because of that. Had a couple DVTs and PEs, deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism. I'm okay now, but I think that anything that can help to raise awareness of blood disorders, bleeding disorders, it's something that you often don't hear being talked about. So raising awareness of that is an excellent thing. And especially when it's such a stunning polish like Blood Bag. And I love that my husband knows that this is one of my favorites. Okay, we got 2 more questions. Number 9, why did I start my YouTube channel? There were a number of reasons for this. One was that I've been actively participating in like online Reddit communities where I would show the results of me trying to dupe polishes that were coming up for sale in releases like HHC, PPU, and so on. And it would be a process. Like I would go through exactly what you're seeing that I'm capturing in these Did I Nail It videos. The exception though was, or not the exception, but the difference was that on Reddit, I was only posting the end result of this is the best one that I found as a dupe for that polish, and here's the best result I found for this other one. I thought that it would be very educational and helpful for me to create a channel where I could show behind the scenes for that. Something that I don't recall if I've mentioned on here before, but I'm a former teacher. I currently work in tech, but I still do get to do teaching with the customer facing work that I have. Like if I'm trying to explain certain concepts or certain workflows to a customer of mine. But I used to be a teacher, and my mom was a teacher. Teaching runs in my blood, and it's something that I just always love being able to do in any context. So, you take this hobby of nail polish, which I love, and I thought, well, I'm really good at teaching, so why don't I start a channel where I can do that? Something about me is that because of my background as a teacher, and also because I do a lot of public speaking in my personal and professional life, I'm not afraid to speak in front of an audience, even if it's like a virtual audience, I guess, which I know can be a big challenge for some people who are trying to think about getting into content creation. So knowing that I didn't have that as a fear of mine, I just went right into it and thought my approach for these videos is just gonna be like, my role is I show up as my genuine, authentic self. I make weird sounds, as y'all have heard. I crack jokes that sometimes don't land, but that is what I do. That is who I am. And I look at this as a way to not only provide some education about how you can use nail polish in different ways, but to also hopefully provide some sense of comfort for people who are just looking for a nice, relaxing, fun series to watch. I hope that may be what some of you have been getting out of this. I know that starting this channel has also been very good for my mental health. Around this time of year, seasonal depression kicks in for me very, very hard, to the point where I typically, when it starts getting dark earlier, I'll just kind of curl up in a ball and feel like I have nothing to do, or I don't want to do anything. And so for me, starting this channel, the timing of it, this wasn't intentional, but it coincided with me starting this channel at a time where I was still feeling my good energy from the end of summer. And now as we're easing into the darker fall season, where I normally around this time of year would be in a depression ball, here I am with so much energy, so much positivity, recording this video, doing something that I love. And that is, I just wanted to share very candidly that has been another reason why I've been doing these videos as a way to boost my mental health. And there's just been so many benefits from this, not just what it brings to me, but also just hearing about how it's been helpful for those of you who are looking for inspiration for your nails. And our last question, number 10. What advice would I give to someone who's feeling reluctant about participating in the nail polish community? Now, this connects back to the question from earlier where I said that one of the trends that I don't like is how some people can be very negative and unwelcoming towards others. Absolutely. And I can see how if you're someone who's lurking on the edges, you might see that and think, oh, well, if I put something out there, then what kind of response am I going to get? And is it going to be like that for me? So a couple things. One, for those of us who are actively in the nail polish community, when you see that kind of stuff, please call it out. Because we as a community need to make sure that we are maintaining a safe and welcoming space for newer people to get involved. Also, for those of you, so if you're newer and you're looking to get involved, my recommendation would be you don't have to start by posting like, a picture of your hand. You don't have to start by posting videos if you're not comfortable with that. What you can do is a good way of testing the waters. Respond to other people's questions and answer the questions for them, like on Reddit nail polish communities. That I feel is such a good way to start to overcome that fear of participating, because you are using your knowledge, your skill set to help somebody else. And the more that you do that, the more that you build up your reputation in the community as someone who is trusted, someone who is caring, someone who is welcoming and knowledgeable. So when you do get to that point of wanting to post your own photos, people will already have this sense of like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. That it's great to see them posting photos now. And if you're thinking, okay, well, I'm brand new, there's nothing I could possibly contribute because everybody already knows this stuff. No, I still think everyone has something they can share. Even if it's something about like techniques for how to paint your nails and what you have found as a technique that works for you. What have you found as a good technique for removing nail polish? Even if other people have heard it before, they haven't heard it from you. So please, 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 get involved. It's something that is going to be so helpful to keep the community going, but also to make it so that this is a hobby you feel that you can continue with. Okay, so those were the 10 getting to know me questions. Hopefully you all feel like you know me a little bit better now. If there's anything else that you are wondering, please feel free to put it into the comments and I can get those answered for you. Yeah, this was a lot of fun for me to record because as you've seen on my channel, I've transitioned from being like just the voice with the hands to then figuring out how to set things up so that I could be on camera myself, and now doing things where I'm peeling back even more of the curtain to help you get to know me. So yeah, that's me. I don't know how to end this video. So yeah, I will just say thank you all again so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.